What's good, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day. Um, Jumping into this episode. This episode. Oh my God. Some people in this episode were just. I ain't gonna say dumb. It was just like really. It was like a what the fuck type of day. Um, who do I start with? Let me talk about Nina to get her out the way. First of all, I find Nina to be somewhat dumb. She showed. Let me tell you something. When you're dealing with somebody like Cassandra or anybody dangerous for that matter, or a future enemy, you do not want to show your cards too soon. Nina, I think I understood what she was trying to do today. See, she didn't want to. She knows that she wants to help Valentine. She wants to be a part of this undercover op. That's what she wants to do. Valentine told her yesterday, "Don't get involved," but we all knew she was going to get involved anyway because she's hard headed and she thinks she knows better. Um, she I think had a strategy that she was basically gonna let Cassandra know that she knows almost everything, minus the drug part. Even though she do know about the drug part, but obviously she wanted to gain her trust in some way or whatever. Or, say, oh, we can still be friends or whatever. Try to show her, oh, I got your number. I know who you are, and you and Valentine had a past. So she tried to come at her directly without, tipping her hand. But in my honest opinion, I felt like Nina did tip her hand today. She showed her cards. And that's something that you never do when you're playing poker. You never show your cards. And that's exactly what she did today. You sat there and told this woman that you know about her and Valentine past, that you know about the current situation, that her bumping into them or whatever, all of that shit. And then you sit there and you tell her, that you're a dangerous woman, and to tell her to ask Ava Jerome how dangerous you are. And the way Cassandra looked at her, she was like, bitch, you're dangerous? Okay. Like, so is Cassandra. Probably more dangerous. I felt like that was a stupid move on Nina's part. I felt like it was totally stupid. You tipped your hand. You overplayed your cards. Never do that. And that's what she did. I felt like you just lost your home field advantage because she knows absolutely nothing about Cassandra. She's underestimating Cassandra. Nina likes to think just because she did some shit or whatever to to Ava, like she ripped out her baby, she drugged her or whatever. Okay, you did all of that stupid shit, but you don't know a damn thing about Cassandra's past. You don't know who she killed, who she had killed. You don't know anything about this woman. I mean, think about it. Is Cassandra really the bitch that you want to mess with? I mean, she's running around here selling opioids that are killing people. And when Valentine brought that up to her, she didn't even bat an eyelash. She didn't care. She subtly, in a very subtle way, she threatened Charlotte and had a smile on her face. Mind you, Charlotte's a little kid, and she still had a smirk on her face about it. Is that really a person that you want to mess with? I don't care who Nina thinks she is. You're no match for a bitch like that. See, Nina has a heart. That's the thing about her. Nina's not cold enough. I've seen Nina when she's cold. And her ripping a baby out of Ava Jerome, that's Looney Tunes. That's crazy. But you're not as cold hearted and cold blooded as this bitch. So when you go up against a person like that, you're going to lose. Because if you can't match their coldness, if you can't outwit them, it's like you're playing a game of chess with a person. You know what I'm saying? You always got to stay 2 moves ahead. My opinion, Nina ain't even 1 move ahead. She's probably 2 moves behind. Um, I just feel like she's stupid. Honestly, she tipped her hand. I just feel like she completely underestimated her. I get where Nina was coming from. She was like, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. I get it, but I felt like the whole time they were sitting there laughing with each other and all this, that, and the third. I had a feeling Cassandra is definitely, got her number now. She definitely know about Nina, and she's gonna do her due diligence on her. Because Cassandra strikes me as the type, she might underestimate Valentine, but I don't think she really gonna underestimate Nina. I think she knows what Nina's all about. Nina's tried to put up this front like she's a dangerous woman and you should fear her, but I'm pretty sure Cassandra does not fear you. Hell, Valentine is way more dangerous than Nina, and Cassandra had the goal to threaten his wife and child in front of his face and didn't even blink. And she knows Valentine's history. She knows Valentine murdered people, had people murdered. She knows this. Valentine's way worse than Nina, and this bitch threatened his wife and child. So what makes you think, Nina, you're a match for him? You're not. Not at all. Not at all. You can't defeat her. I'm sorry, but your little threats don't scare her. Anyway, moving on from that, I just felt like Nina from the jump, she should have just listened to Valentine and stayed out of this because I had a feeling she was just gonna make this worse, and it looks like she's about to do just that. Um, so anyway, Scott went to go see Julian. Julian, I feel like some people they just ask their attorneys to do way too much. I don't know how Julian thinks Scott's gonna get him an appeal and get him out of there. Dude, you haven't even been in prison a year. How you gonna get an appeal? How you gonna get out? There's nothing about your initial trial that said it was something went wrong, other than Rudge basically lying, because that's the only thing that went wrong in the entire trial was Rudge pretty much lying. Um, because Rudge sat right there and lied throughout the entire trial. But I feel like some of these people on this show they ask their lawyers to do the impossible. Scott is, I would call, a decent lawyer, but he's not a magician. He can't wave a magic wand, get you an appeal, and get you the hell out of there, and you ain't even been in jail a year, and you're on a 15 to 20-year sentence, and you haven't served not 1 year of that sentence yet. You've only been in here a couple of months. So it's like, yeah, Scott is not a magician. There's only but so much he can do. Um, so I don't know about y'all, but to me today, I felt like Julian basically was telling the truth about somebody gunning for him, and I don't see this as a manipulation to get out of prison. I know some people felt like he was manipulating Alexis and he was playing her, like he set this all up just so she could help him. But after today, I have a feeling that that's not the case. Because after Scott left and the guard came in, the guard told Julian that he had a message for him. And the message was to watch his back. So I think the threat against him is real. I don't think it's something fabricated by him. So Julian is definitely in dire straits right now. Definitely. It seems that way. Like I said, I thought it was a possibility that he could have been lying. I'm not gonna say it wasn't because Julian is a manipulative jackass. He is. He can manipulate anybody and he can lie. That's what he does sometimes. Well, a lot of times. But in this case, after what the guard said, I had a feeling that this was not a fabricated situation. Like this was a real threat against him. And those ass whoopings he was taking were definitely real. Because if you were gonna set some shit up, why would you set up your own beatdown just to get out of prison? I mean, I've heard of sick people doing some shit like that, literally taking a savage ass whooping just to get out. But I didn't think that was Julian's style though. Like, you're really gonna take that abuse just to get the fuck out of there? Like, shit. I just keep filing appeals. I ain't about to beat myself to death. Shit, or ask somebody to do it. Shit, you ain't whooping my ass. You can try, but I'm fighting back. Shit, I'd be in jail whooping ass every day if I got to. See, that's why I'm not built for no prison. I can't sit up in nobody's jail. I've always did my best to keep my ass out the legal system. I've never gotten any type of legal trouble because I'm the type of person I'm claustrophobic. First of all, I can't sit in them little ass jail cells knowing I can't get out. Even though they got bars and you can breathe and you got air and shit like that, but still I can't sit in no small tight ass spot knowing I can't get the fuck out. Like that's a no go for me. That's why I stayed out of jail. Um, that's why I don't get no type of legal trouble. But yeah, you know, jail ain't for me. I'll be in there fighting every day, especially with them sickos up in them jails. No, thank you. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Alexis went to go see Valentine about his connection with Olivia Jerome and Nora Buchanan, and she basically asked him, "Go talk to Nora and pull some strings so we can get Julian the fuck up out of jail." Um, so he went to Nora's office. The shit that him and Alexis are asking. Oh, my bad, y'all. My phone was ringing. I hate when I'm in the middle of a video, my phone be ringing. That was my aunt. I guess she had to drop off a pie or whatever, but whatever. Um. Anyway, where was I? So I feel like the shit that Valentine and Alexis are asking Nora to do, I feel like it's something that can definitely get her disbarred. Um, she can definitely get disbarred for what they're asking her to do. Like Valentine basically trying to tell her either you get Olivia to go in front of a judge and basically say that Julian, she was forcing him to do everything, or I stop paying your retainer fee. I'm like, first of all, that's not really a real threat in my opinion because Nora has money. What people don't realize is, let me run this down. Nora has been a district attorney for the last 12 years. She first became DA in 2005. Before that, I think she was an assistant DA. Before that, obviously, she was a defense attorney, worked in family law and criminal law. She's represented a lot of people, including a lot of rich people. She made a lot of money, and she made good money being a DA. Plus, she's married to Bo, who is a Buchanan. He got money. He's rich. Hell, the Buchanans are billionaires. So she's not hurting for money. Trust me when I tell you. Nora is not money hungry. She's not hurting for cash. But I feel like what they're asking her to do can get her disbarred. First of all, if I'm a lawyer and Olivia Jerome is my client, in the initial trial, they proved that she was incompetent. She could not stand trial. She wasn't fit. So they sent her to Darkham, which is a psychiatric asylum, an insane asylum, basically. That's where people like Heather Weber and them go. So it's the loony bin. So here we are months later, 8 months later. You think I'm gonna let my client go into the courtroom and tell a judge that her brother, she forced him to do everything? Mind you, if she does that, not only does that mean that Rudge's statement was completely a lie, which it was, but it proves it in a court of law. Two, your client is proven that she is competent to stand trial, which means that if she goes to trial, she's going to be found guilty on a list of charges. One, including the murder of Morgan Corinthos. Two, what she did to Robin and Anna and Griffin. She's going to go down for a host of charges, meaning she's going to go to prison the rest of her life. Nora can get disbarred because by her having or instructing her client to go into a court and change her initial statements and everything else, by her having her client do that, that's not serving in her client's best interests. Therefore, the Bar Association, if they get wind of this, they could disbar Nora because they know they can prove, if they can prove that she did not act in her client's best interests, she can get disbarred. Like, why would any lawyer do that? Like, that's basically you throwing your goddamn client under the bus, is basically what you're doing. And I feel like Nora should definitely not do that. Because Valentine's sitting there talking about, no, because Nora told Valentine, after this, our association is done. He said, nah, I don't think so. Money, he said, green talks. Basically, I got long money and you're going to need my money. I hate how they're writing Nora at this point because it's making it seem like she's all about the cash. And it's like, that's not really Nora's style. You know what I mean? Especially not to be dealing with the likes of Valentine Cassadine. Money did not motivate Nora. You know what I'm saying? She got money. So I don't get why they're writing her like this. Because Nora that I know would have been shut that shit down, say, keep your money. I'm out. I'm not about to lose my law license or potentially lose my law license for y'all bullshit. Because that's what can happen. And what some people don't get is, I'm like, if you really watch this scene, Nora is literally fucking with her career at this point. Because if she goes through with this, you're throwing your goddamn career away, basically. If they find out, if the bar association do their due diligence and they find out about this shit, you're gonna lose your law license. And Nora's been a lawyer for what, 30 years going on? You're gonna lose your law. You're gonna lose it. So anyway, I am so freaking happy with the direction that they're going in with Lulu. And this whole investigative journalist thing, I like it. You wanna know why? Because we get to see her do something that she really wants to do, and she's obviously excited about it. She loves it. You know, she basically got her first story for the Port Charles Press, which involves, doing some investigative work, as far as like school cafeteria for her kids' school, like the food that they eat and stuff like that, which is a good first article. That's a good first piece. So kudos to Lulu. Um, but I think in the future, this can create great conflict between her and Dante. With him being a detective and her potentially being an investigative journalist, her, doing her little investigative skills and all that, it can definitely create some conflict in that marriage with this. And I like it because this is the type of conflict that should be happening in marriages. I'm tired of them going the cheating route. They always do that. They go to the cheating. So I think this is good for, a different set of conflict. Um, but yeah, I'm happy for Lulu. So now apparently Maxie might be pregnant. I said, oh hell. I can understand where Maxie was coming from. She was, I hated how she said it, where she said that this baby is a complication or some shit like that. Um, I think she said it was a complication. Like if she were to have this baby, I hate that she referred to it as a complication. I mean, I can understand though, but her, she don't want another baby right now. You know what I'm saying? Like she just got her career back. And, a baby would definitely take away from the career right now. And her and Nathan only been married what, 10 months? They've only been married for about ten months. 10, yeah, 10 months. They've only been married 10 months. They're, still technically newlyweds. They haven't even been married a year. Some people wait years before they have kids. You know what I'm saying? And her and Nathan never really discussed having a baby like that. It never really came up in conversation since they've been married. Um, so I can understand why she's hesitant to have a baby right now, or she's worried about being pregnant right now. Um, but I get it. I get where Maxie coming from. I just hate that she referred to the baby as a complication. I don't see that about kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the timing might not be perfect, but it is what it is. I mean, that's what happens when you have sex. There's a possibility you can get pregnant. That's what happens. I mean, unless you don't really, really want to have a kid at that moment, then I suggest you use protection. I mean, get on the pill or something. Prevent it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get where some people coming from, where they're like, well, it ain't the right time and all this, that, and the third. I get it. Let me tell you something. It ain't never the right time to have a baby. It's never gonna be the right time. Your career is always probably gonna be busy. Y'all probably having marital issues, whatever. It's never gonna be the right time. Never. But it's the right. The baby don't see it that way. Once you get pregnant, the baby like, ah, bitch, I'm on my way. So get ready. You ain't got no choice. Get my crib ready in my sippy cup. What else can you do? Um, so yeah, it's like, I mean, if she pregnant, congratulations. If she not, you dodged a quick little bullet. I'm just saying, like, fucking Nathan. Nathan and Amy. I am getting so sick of the two of them. Why don't the writers just hurry up and put them motherfuckers together? You know what I'm saying? Like, put them together. Let's be done with this shit and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said yesterday, he spends way more time with Amy than he does his own goddamn wife. And it's like, I'm getting tired of looking at these motherfuckers. Like, you spend way too much time as a married man with this single woman while your wife is at home or at the office. You're spending all this time with this single woman. And I'm getting quite sick of it. My phone is going off. But yeah, it's like, at this point, just put them together. 'Cause I'm sick of looking at them. Um, I'm gonna have two new polls up on my channel, and it's gonna be some two good questions I have for y'all. And these are yes or no questions that I'm gonna be asking in my poll later. Yes and no's. Two polls I'm doing, and they're gonna be yes or no. That's simple. That's simple. Some of y'all might say yes to this, and some of y'all might say hell no. I don't know. It could be 50-50. I don't know. But we shall find out. But yeah, Nell. Nell is so goddamn money hungry. I'm like, girl. So she interviewing for this job working at the hospital in the daycare department or whatever, and Laura is the one interviewing her since Laura is the board member. Um, So she never really told Laura that she got fired from Crimson or the reason. She never told her none of that. And I'm like, why didn't Laura? I love Laura, but why didn't any of y'all vet her? Like, y'all didn't do y'all due diligence on this girl. When you fill out a job application, and one of the first things they ask you is, have you ever been terminated or did you ever resign from a position? If so, why? They always ask, have you ever been terminated or did you resign? They want to know why you were terminated. They want to know why you resigned. So you mean to tell me she ain't have to fill out none of that on the application? Because that's what you typically do on a job application. They ask you those questions. Unless she went on the application and lied on the application. Because she definitely didn't tell her that she got fired. And it was so funny because when um Laura asked, well, when Laura told her that, she'll get paid every 2 weeks, you should have seen a look on Nell's face. Nell was like, 2 weeks, bitch. I'm trying to get paid every week. Um, I'm like, Nell, calm the fuck down. See, Nell don't know shit about the debt system. If any, like, all broke people know about the debt system. I don't mean you're broke as in you have no money, but in Nell's case, she's down to her last dollar. Like, she can't even afford to pay a cell phone bill at this point. I'm like, damn, bitch, you that broke? And I don't get it. Like, she was Nina's assistant. I'm pretty sure Nina gave her a good salary. I'm pretty sure because executive assistants make good money. So I'm pretty sure she had a good salary. I don't know if it was hourly or yearly. I think it was probably hourly. But even if you're an executive assistant and you're getting paid hourly, your hourly rate should be about 16 to 18, $20 per hour. Because some assistants do get that or a little higher, depending. I don't know how the rate in New York is. I don't really know, but I do know assistants do get paid a nice salary. But I do know that the rent in New York is fucking high as shit. Um, like I said, I've been in New York a few times and I've seen the most rundown apartments cost like 2 G's a month in rent. That shit is high as shit. And that's for the most ugly apartments. And trust me, Nell looked like she live in the hood. I seen that apartment. That apartment do not look like it's in a nice neighborhood. That apartment look like you need to have bolts and chains and locks on the door every day. That's the type of apartment like crackheads be in the hallway. That's the type of apartment she look like she live in, where you got the crackhead and the bums in the hallway, and you got to step over them and shit just to get to your apartment. That's the type of building she look like she live in. That shit look all run down. Even though that's Michael' old apartment, it looked like his old apartment set. They just dressed it up a little bit, but yeah, that shit look run. It look horrible. Um, Look like that's the type of neighborhood and shit dope fiends be all up in. I ain't living in that shit. Um, so anyway, like I said, Nell, I feel like she don't know shit about the debt system. If you know about the debt system, then you know. You don't pay all your bills in full. Because if you paid all your bills in full, you would never owe anybody money, meaning that you would always be broke. If you think about it. The only bills you should pay in full is your rent, obviously, and your cell phone. Those are the only bills you should pay in full. If you have a car and you're paying a car note every month and you got light bill, cable, all that shit, you don't pay the full amount. Okay, let me explain this. Say if your light bill is $300-400. Say it's $400. Now you know damn well you ain't got the type of job that's gonna pay you enough to pay all these bills, and you know everybody bills come out at the same time. You know how that go. The end of the month, first of the month, that's when all your bills are due. So you know you can't pay all of them bitches in full if you ain't got that type of job that paid you that much to where you could pay everything in full. See, Carly and Sonny pay all their bills in full because they got money like that. You know what I'm saying? People like Nell, they're broke. They ain't got money like that. So you gotta. This is where the debt system comes in. What you do is you take that light bill, you put a little something on it. You put enough money. Basically, you pay the minimum of that bill. You don't pay the whole bill. You just pay enough to keep the bitch on, to keep the lights on. That's what you do. That's the debt system. Then you take your cable bill, put a little something on that. Take your car note, put a little something on that. You know what I'm saying? That way, after you pay everything, you still got some money in your pocket. You still got some change jiggling in your jeans. You know what I'm saying? But if you pay every goddamn thing, motherfucker, you gonna be assed out. You gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? That's where that's the debt system. You don't pay everything. You pay some of it. You put a little something on it to keep the motherfucker satisfied. So that way they don't cut your shit off. That's what you do. That's the debt system. That's what Nell needs to learn. The debt system. If you know what I'm saying, like you gotta be a good, like you gotta run, you gotta handle your bills how they handle the economy, how the country handles the economy. You think the country pay all their bills and shit in full? No, it's the debt system. If you don't owe anybody money, you're not gonna have any money. See what I'm saying? It's the debt system. That's how that works. For some of y'all that didn't know this information, I just put you on to something. For some of you that know what I'm talking about, you've been there before. Um, the debt system is a beautiful thing. I'm just saying. Um, you gotta owe people money. Ain't no way. I mean, unless you're I see millionaires out this motherfucker that owe people money because they don't pay their bills like that. You know, billionaires. That's how they end up in debt. But this is a different type of debt. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not really in debt because you're just paying shit off. You paying every month, but you're not paying it in full. You know, just do the bare minimum. Shit, pay the bare minimum to keep the bitch on. See these lights? Pay the minimum. You don't pay the whole thing. I'm not paying a $400 or $500 light bill. That's excessive. That's retarded, is what it is. But anyway, Nell is like a shark in water. She see blood, she goes and hunts. Laura, Lulu came in and basically told Laura about Nell's background, a little bit more about her, the fact that she was fired from Crimson for personal reasons or whatever, um, for underhanded reasons. And it was so funny to me because Nell walked up and Laura was like, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" She said, "Why didn't you tell me that you got fired from Crimson?" And it's so funny how Nell just said, "Thank you for your time," and walked away. Laura looked at her like, she just squinted her eyes at her like confused. I'm like, first of all, bitch, she didn't say that you didn't get the job. She just said, "Why didn't you tell her this?" And you just gonna walk away? Why not just explain it to her? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Laura would have still gave you the job. But then after Lulu talked to Laura some more, Laura was like, "You know what? I can't have a person like that working around kids and stuff." And I respect that. I definitely think Laura made the right choice in the end. But I just felt like Nell just walked away and she didn't even tell you that you did not have the job anymore. She just asked you a question. See, this is what I'm talking about. Michael used to do this all the time too. He would ask Nell a question. Nell would jump defensive. She would get defensive and then start crying and run away. Nobody's accusing you of anything. They're asking simple questions. Why do you keep it's like, come on. How old are you? 12? Answer the fucking question. Like, what the fuck wrong with this bitch? Like every time somebody asks her a question, she thinks somebody's judging her or she jumps on the defensive. It's like they're just asking questions that you're not, you lied about things and they're just wondering why. Why didn't you, you know what I'm saying? She just jumps defensive like somebody accusing her or something. And they're not. They're just asking questions. That's it. So she sees Nathan and Amy talking, and she gets on her phone and called a tip hotline trying to find out how much money you could get for information on celebrities, basically a gossip blog or whatever. I said, this bitch right here, she about to call the motherfucking tip line and tell them about Man Landers and snitch just so she can get some quick money. I said, this bitch right here, Nell is, like everything about her is money. I mean, I understand that you're broke, but think about it like this. You basically got fired from Crimson for no reason. She had a good paying job at Crimson, really good paying, and she was going to get a raise. But she overplayed her fucking hand like a stupid person. Bitch, Nina did not tell you you were not getting a raise. She said you're getting a raise. It's just not going to happen the day that you want it to happen. It's going to come. You're going to have to wait a few weeks to get it because they're not done with the fiscal year. She has to take the financial reports to, Aurora Media, to Sam and Drew, and get their approval on a new budget. then you can get your raise. She never said, "Oh, you're not getting a raise because we can't afford it." She just said it's a little red tape that she has to go through before you can get the goddamn raise. And you sitting here on some dumb shit. I said, "What the fuck wrong with this bitch?" Like you just got fired from a good job, a good paying job, literally for no reason. That's exactly what it was. She never said you weren't getting a raise. You were just impatient as hell. Maybe if you asked her for a loan from her personal funds, I'm pretty sure she would have probably gave it to you, but you didn't really ask that though. You asked for a raise. Nina has personal money. She has money. She could have easily wrote you a little check. You know what I'm saying? You could have just paid her back in installments or something. Like, come on. You just got fired now, bitch. A check is better than no check. Come on now. Dumb dumb. Now you assed out completely. Stupid. But anyway, I think that's everything in this episode. Um, Minus the whole Scott and Alexis conversation. What the hell is wrong with Alexis' voice? What that bitch got laryngitis? I don't know. She sounds like she got a cold or something. But anyway, let me know what you thought about this episode. Hit the comment section, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace.